So let's get on with the good foot. Hopefully you guys had a good night's sleep. You got home safely yesterday, work or your destination of choice. In one piece, no hassle, fuss, trouble, problems, or misunderstanding, especially no meet and greets. Let's get on to this job. We are truly behind this morning. Truly behind. Put a load in the washing machine before I left. Shucks. So when I get home this afternoon, I'm just going to throw them in the dryer. I'm debating if I'm going to go home out to my uncle's today because I woke up out of my sleep about 11 something last night and my head has been spinning. I mean, like dizzy, like if it's just twirling and spinning. Like, close my eyes and it's like if I'm just like swinging around, like my head is like on a merry-go-round or something, like somebody is just twirling my brain. And so with that, y'all, I just and my stomach was upset, still kind of upset. It just feels like my equilibrium is off, like slightly, like to try to get up this morning and just, make it to the bathroom. I had to like balance myself. Goodness gracious. It's a lot, y'all. It's a lot right now this morning. Oh. But like I said, hopefully you guys had a good night's sleep and everything. My sleep was broken. I went to sleep early though, but that's probably why I woke up at 11 something. So, we gotta give up the Batcave secrets this morning. I'm not gonna lie to you. We gotta make it work, make it happen. That I did not want to run late on. Oh, goodness gracious. It's like I'm trying to think at the same time, but at the same time I can't. Exxon is at 169. Shell is still at 179. Is it? Yep, still over there holding strong at 179. I don't know. Only thing I could, this whole thing, I was trying to check my emails, trying to clear stuff off my phone. And I watched a few more sister episodes. I got up to episode 9 out of season 1. So, that's as far as I went. I watched 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And, well, I fell asleep. And like I said, when I got back up, I finished watching 7, 8, and 9. So, I can say it's getting interesting. It's getting interesting about one of the characters, about him knowing himself and being open-minded, as he's saying, and being of a free spirit. Like his character, is different. That's the best I can say. Like, his character wears I guess new men's underwear. I mean, I've never seen it personally, but it was supposed to be some lace, I guess lace briefs he had on, and the lady, I haven't got to know all the characters' names, so y'all gonna have to forgive me, because I'm just now getting into the show. But she's having a problem with it, and I'm looking like I think I've probably been thrown off too, because I'd be like, what you got on? I would have asked that too, like, seriously, what you got on? And she just finally told him that that's not something that she likes, and she's taken back from it. It's not something that she normally comes across or encounters a man wearing that he finds comfortable. But he's telling her that no, he's not gay, because she's asked him, and he was like, no. He said, I just am a person to where I'm comfortable with myself, and he didn't see a problem with it. And I'm like, well, if he's comfortable with it, he's comfortable with himself. I mean, like he said, you either can accept it or you don't. He said, I can't be somebody that you're trying to make me be. I can only be myself. And he was like, so I may not be the person for you. And she was like, but she's conflicted, because she's like, I like him. That's the only thing that she can't get over, is his choice of underwear that he prefers to wear. And so for her, it's like, she don't know what to do. So she asked, because there was a simper at the gym, and they saw him at the gym, and they were saying they just got a spin class. Her and her friends just got a spin class, and he was like, oh yeah, I know him, he's a very good friend of mine, the instructor for the spin class. The other guy that she's having wants to see, or that she likes. And so she happens to ask him if he knows, how does she know him, the spin instructor, how does he know the guy. I want to say his character's name is Kent. I could be wrong. I can't remember. But he was like, oh, I think he's seeing someone. And she was like, oh, yeah. And he was like, yeah, it's a guy that comes to do work on his home. And he was like, you might want to, find you someone who is single but doesn't play on my team. Because the instructor is telling her that he's gay as well, right? And she was like, oh, okay. So he was like, the guy who does the spa, does the massages, he's straight. Maybe you should talk to him. And so he tells them, maybe they should exchange numbers and whatever for the guy that works on the massages. And the guy was like, oh, okay, you need a massage? And she was like, who doesn't? And so for her, that's, I guess, kind of a letdown, a heartbreak, because she said, for her, she's asked him, and he was like, no. And the only thing you can do is take a person's word, for what they tell you, until you can, find out differently or prove it differently. And so I guess for her, hearing that from the spin instructor, and she's taking that from his actions that he's doing, that she doesn't believe what he says. And I can understand how that can give you mixed signals, right? And I say that to say this. Like, 10 years ago, I came across this, I met this guy through my job. And we were super talking, having fun, and laughing and joking and all that, right? And he was waiting for his coworker to come back, right? And we were just joking around and stuff like that. And he was like, "You single?" And I was like, "Yes." And he was like, "Okay, well, I'm single too," and whatnot. And he was like, "Oh, we should get together and have a baby." It's just jokes, right? This is just jokes. And I was like, "Yeah, okay." And I was supposed to went to a basketball game with my stepmom that I think that week. And I had already paid for the tickets, and she called to let me know that she wasn't going to be able to make it while I was at work. And I was like, oh, dang, okay, well. And I just turned around and I asked him, I said, look, if you're not busy on such date, I got tickets to the game, the basketball game. And I said, my stepmom was supposed to go with me, but she can't go now. She said something came up. And I was like, so if you want to go, the ticket's already paid for, right? And he was like, yeah, sure, that's cool. So before we exchanged numbers and everything, he starts telling me about himself. He tells me when his birthday is, and he doesn't have any kids. He's not married. He's never been married. He's that and the third. And he was like, and I'm not gay. No, he was telling me, I like to take bubble baths, and prefers bubble baths, or no, I'm sorry. He said he prefers baths or bubble baths over the shower, but he was like, but I'm not gay. And I was like, who says that? And I asked him, I said, why would you say that? Because that threw me off, right? Okay, you like to take baths or bubble baths, that's your business. That's what you find relaxing, right? But never once did it cross my mind about that until he said that. And he was like, but I'm not gay. I was like, okay. And I'm telling my girlfriend about it, right? And I was like, girl, I said, I met this dude today and whatnot. I said, but it was just strange that he wanted to sit there and just come out and tell me he likes to take baths or bubble baths or whatever and drink his wine and relax, but he's not gay. I said maybe I've been out the dating pool and I don't know. I said, but who says that? Who tells somebody that? And which is true indeed, I hadn't dated for a while. It's still kind of like now. But I just was thrown off guard by that. And her and my cousin's wife, they were laughing, right? Because they were like, no. They was like, you got to ask that these days. Because, you never know. You have people who like men and women. And you see now, a lot of things are coming to where people are just very fluid. They like who they like, right? But at that time, 10 years ago, I thought that was strange to make that statement or say that. And I was like, okay. And so they thought it was funny because they was like, no, you have to ask that these days. And I was like, still to this day, I don't ask that. And maybe y'all could tell me in the comments, is that something that you should ask when you're going out on a date or you meeting someone that you just met? Most of the time you just ask people, are they single? Are you with someone? But never was it on my mind to sit up here and say, hey, ask this person that question. You understand what I mean? So that's why when I'm watching the show, it just brought that memory up for me as a flashback for me, because I'm looking like, wow, I'm sorry, y'all, there was a truck on the shoulder of the freeway, but the truck is so big, it's still kind of in the lane and not so much. It's on the shoulder, but it's also in the lane. So I had to get over to the other lane and get back over. But I just thought, back to the story, I just thought that was strange, because I'm looking like, I don't know how to take this. I don't know how to, feel about what was said to me. And so, but we still went out to, after he said all that, and we still went out to the basketball game, and we had, this should have been something for me to where when we went out to the basketball game, we enjoyed ourselves and had fun. And I'm used to taking pictures and stuff us dating on and off for like 5 years, you know, it was just, he questioned like my virtue, you know, because at the time I was celibate. I had been celibate for almost 3 years, and I felt comfortable enough with him after, you know, I want to say 3 months, to where we had sex. And he was like, well, how do I know you don't do this all the time? You know, I mean, you just, I think he said it was only our 3rd or 4th date, and you know, we had sex. And I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, I just don't be messing around with people. I'm saying this nice because I'm not saying what I actually said. You know, at the time I was like, I don't F around with people like that. I'm very picky about who I have sex with, and I just don't go around everybody. So that ticked me off, because it was an insult to me that he questioned that, you know, I practice celibacy. And I was like, wow. I was like, maybe I shouldn't have had sex with him. Maybe I shouldn't have sex with him. I don't think that I should have at that time. And it just pissed me off. And then later on, he apologized. Like, I stopped talking to him. I think after that, because I would send a text telling him good morning, or, you know, around the same time, me and my friends would be texting each other. And one morning he called me, and he was like, you know, he was like very angry on the phone. He was like, what did I tell you about calling me in the hours of the morning? And I said, what are you talking about? You never told me anything. And he was like, I don't like being woke up out of my sleep. I was like, you know what? Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Be the first and last. And so when I hung the phone up with him, I stopped. I didn't see him anymore, because I don't like to be talked to like that. I don't like that type of aggression. I don't like to be talked to in that manner. And so for me, I was like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm straight good. I can do without. I can do without. That was my first. That was my first red flag. And no, I'm sorry. That was my second. I breezed off the first one. So with it being the second red flag, I was like, okay. So I stopped talking to him. I didn't see him. I didn't call him, no nothing. If he called or texted me, I blocked his number, because I wasn't being bothered. And I just happened to be going over to another building on the mill run for my office, and happened to go over there and to drop off mail to another building from my office in particular, right? This is scary. Okay, he's crossing the street. I didn't know if this gentleman was trying to cross the street or what in particular. I don't. You're welcome. I know it's like raining on and off, but I don't have any change on me, y'all. And that's what he was asking about. But that was the like I said, the second flag. So I didn't see him for like maybe 6 months, and I happened to come across him at the other building I was doing the mail run to. And I was trying my best not to be seen by him. I saw him before he saw me. And I tried my best to avoid him. So I made it out, like made it in to go drop off the mail to this particular building. And then I was trying to make it back out before he could get out to his vehicle. Lo and behold, he made out to his vehicle before I did. And when he saw me walking to the vehicle, and he was like, "Hey, how you doing? This, that, and the third." And I was like, "Fuck." Sorry, I'm saying the F word. Y'all forgive me. And I was just like, I was too through. I was too through.
Press the button and take the parking ticket or present credit card.
So he was like, "Oh, I've been trying to call you and whatnot." And I was like, "Well, so I don't know." So I didn't get any message or anything, not telling him that I blocked him. I think later on I told him I blocked him. So he apologized and whatnot. And then he was, he was like, "Well, if I can, I'll take you out and make it up to you, right?" And why did I do that? Because that became a downfall of a pattern of him always apologizing for either talking to me crazy or, the way he would go about doing things of like, not like, I'm gonna have to pick this up this afternoon. I gotta get downstairs, y'all. I really do. I'm late. So, I'm gonna have to talk to y'all this afternoon. Okay, so come on. You have to go with me like any other day because I'm running behind. So I pray that you guys make it to work, home, or your destination of choice safe and sound in one piece. No hassle, fuss, trouble, problem, misunderstanding. No meet and greets, y'all. And definitely have a great day, a lovely day, a beautiful day, a wonderful day. But I'm going to have to talk to y'all this afternoon. I'm truly running late. And until then.